Hey, what's up, guys? So, we're back. Sorry it's been a couple days, but this needs to be said, goes right along with being kind. And you've got to be firm. You've got to be steadfast in your values, your beliefs, your rules, and what you will and won't put up with. Because there's a difference between being kind and being weak. And you don't want to be weak with an addict. I promise. We will eat you alive. I mean, if you're going to enable us, or if you're going to bend your beliefs or your values to fit what makes them comfortable, they're going to take advantage of that heavily. And that's just the nature of an addict. I mean, I don't think you'll find an addict that won't take advantage of that. If you show them a weakness and you bend and let them know that you're going to cave to their will, man, it's going to be a rough road. But on the other hand, if you're firm and you're steadfast, most of us are going to respect that. You know, if we're talking with you and we're open with you about things, it's because we care and we want you to know, and so we will respect your boundaries if you're firm with them. But I've seen a lot of people get walked on that shouldn't have, but they would slide. If their partner or their friend or kid relapsed or whatever, they would just overlook it and say it's okay. Which, I mean, you've got a fine line there, because you don't want to be too hard on them, but you definitely want them to know that it disappointed you and you're not okay with it. So that's hard to go about. Like, there's a difference between tough love and just love. And don't give them tough love. That's bullshit. I don't care what anybody says. Tough love is bullshit when somebody's trying to get out of an addiction. They need support. They need love. They don't need to be ousted and tough loved. That's a loaded crock of shit. Loaded crock of shit. So one way to go about that, I guess, is just be there with them. Maybe if you can, if there's any possible way, have somebody stay with them most of the time while they're initially getting cleaned up. Because having somebody right there with you is the best way to keep on your own back and keep on doing good, you know. But I would be very careful on defining that line with yourself on where kindness turns into weakness, and do something about it if you're on the weak side, because man, it's gonna be trouble for you. But all things considered, if you're to that point, you're starting, and that matters, and that's huge. So just take it by ear. I mean, every situation is different, that's for sure. Every addict is different, and everything's gonna come out differently with the same actions. So you can't judge what's gonna happen before it happens. It's just not possible. But keep trying. Be trustworthy with them. Be somebody they can confide in. If they tell you something, they know that it's going to stay with you and it's not going to be public knowledge, so they're not ashamed or afraid to talk to you. That's huge. But yeah, weakness and kindness, separate the two. Be steadfast with your values, and stay loyal to them. You know, let them know that you're their friend no matter what, or you're their family member no matter what, or you put them before the society's view of them, because society's view of somebody with an addiction is bull crap. Just because somebody messed up and got an addiction doesn't mean that they're bad people. I mean, hell, it's a disease, guys. Granted, we do make the decision to pick that thing up, but it's not so cut and dry like I said before. So just something to think about, another little piece to the pie. Probably get back something tomorrow. You guys have a good one. Check it out.